we ended here uh, trying to say world major cane producing countries, the ones who are exporting, and then I was set to discuss the estimated production mill wise in the province of Punjab, KPK, Sindh, and Balochistan. So what I did, I tried to map the data. I took the sugar mills, their location, the provinces, and the year-wise data from year 2015 to year 2025. Idea was to see if there is a sugar mill named the JDW Sugar Mills Limited, which is located in Rahimya Khan, which is in province of Punjab. So it is producing 850,000 canes, million metric tons, in year 2015, and is producing cane of 920,000 million metric tons in year 2025. So how see the difference? In year 2015, it produced 815,000 million metric tons, and in 2025, it produced 920,000 million metric tons cane, sugar cane. So, and that is one sugar mill. So throughout the time, and this is the data for one sugar mill, and throughout the time for different mills, from ranging from Punjab to Sindh to KPK and Balochistan. Now, what was the quantity each sugar mill was producing, and in what year, and what the total does that make for the province Punjab, Sindh, KPK, and Balochistan? Balochistan does not make for much because Balochistan has only one mill, and it produces around 50,000 of sugarcane, or 48,000, around 50,000, varies, and to 40 to 50,000. Okay, now this was the AI data. Just to give it structure, uh, what factors should I use to make an estimate and see how it comes? It's going to become beneficial in analysis. So I want to find the more specific data uh, from the actual numbers reported in PSMA annual report. So they gave the and I collected this for year 2015 only as an initial, just to see initial part of exploratory research, just to see what factors should I consider, and then how much of the data should I make it account for. So I pull up the data of the sugar mills. Let's say it's starting from Abdullah Dekalpur, which is in the province of Punjab, and its member status is member. Now, what does it mean, member here? Perhaps it means that these sugar mills are member of uh, Pakistan Sugar Mill Association, and they have to comply by the rules and regulation of it. And perhaps the non-member sugar mills uh, does not need to comply with Pakistan Sugar Mill Association rules and regulation. So perhaps I may get to know better when I read more. Then I went to it the days it's operating. It's operating all these days to crush the cane that it procure from the farmers, and then produce the amount of sugar. Then the recovery percentage it gets from the crushing cane. Let's say it crushed 550,842 canes, million metric tons of canes, which produce 46,821 million metric tons of sugar, and that makes the recovery percentage. This makes the recovery percentage 8.50 against the cane crushed. And same goes for the molasses and the recovery percentage of molasses here. So now again, from where we left off, we were discussing about the molasses production and the recovery percentage. So now that is the amount of molasses is produced from this much of cane, and this is the percentage that it accounts for uh, when it in cane crushed when it is uh, produced. So now why all this? Why are we considering data like this? So the idea is to map the supply chain. When you map the supply chain, you take the costs into account. Covers a part of supply chains, costs such as transportation, distance, and stock storage places. So the idea behind this is these are the sugar mills. So they are located in the provinces of Punjab, Sindh, KPK, wherever they are. The days it was operational, the quantity of cane crushed and the amount of sugar produced, and this is a percentage, recovery percentage of sugar. And these are the so the idea is to map the pricing. How would you do this? Now, this is, for example, a sugar mill, Abdullah Debulpur. It is in the province of Punjab. What you're going to do, you are going to identify, okay, this sugar mill in Punjab is taking, this or any other sugar mill that is there. They are procuring cane from the farmer. So the cost it incurred for farmer to cultivate that sugar cane, and then from farmer it went to the purchase center. From purchase center, that must be the representative personnel of this of the mill. Of just trying to understand the process, how the supply chain and the cost work, and then from there it is going to go uh, to the mill. Mill is going to pay something to farmer, and the person involved. That could be the purchase representative of Abdul Depopos in terms of salary. So and from there it's going to crush the cane. So that is a sugar making process. Some cost is going to incurred here. Then they are going to produce the sugar, and then they are going to sell it to the broker, or possibly the wholesale person, and then it goes to the retail. So and then it goes to the final consumer. So at every stage the cost count, uh, a little bit amount of cost is everywhere in all the cycles discussing. uh, so why we are mapping the cost, so at every single point where the cane is transferred from one person or one department to another, let's say department, to one part to another, let's say from sugar mill to broker to wholesale to retail, and then finally to consumer. At every stage, and then the text is also added in among all this chain among all this chain points. So the idea was to how much cost it is incurring at every stage, it, and on how much quantities, and how does this quantify in terms of prices, in terms of costing. So that covers the part of supply chain cost, such as transportation distance. Now, how the cost changes even when something is procured by farmers, procured by the mills from the farmers. So, at how much distance the cultivation area is of the sugarcane. So, and that distance, how does it get to the mill, and from mill, how does it get to the broker and the wholesale and the retailer? Of course, through some transportation. That transportation has cost of oil, and that oil cost may change from time to time depending on the geopolitical situations. So the local or the international. So that pricing also adds up here. And so this is how the cost changes. Now, if we look at the cost structure, let's say if we add the factor of population is now mapping sugar mills with the province and the location in cities and district, total cane it produces, distance it covers, cost it generates, and selling prices that we have done. How much all this cane production then accounts for province wise, perhaps later on mapping with the population usage and storage. Now, another factor that comes here in terms of cost is, let's say every province has its population. Punjab has all these mills, let's say till here, and it has the population of some in numbers. right? And then similarly for KPK. So KPK has this much of sugar mills, and it is accounting for all the citizens in the KPK for the sugar it is producing. So that makes approximate this much amount of sugar, which is 349,401, the sum of all million metric tons sugar. Now, is that sufficient for all the people residing in KPK, or does the KPK need to, get sugar from Punjab or from the Sindh? So now, how much cost does that KPK gets when they try to procure from Punjab additional sugar for their citizens? Similarly goes for the Balochistan. So Balochistan only has one sugar mill. So how does Balochistan makes up for it? How much quantity of sugar it gets from either from Punjab or KPK or Sindh to make it sufficient for the citizens over there in each province. So and and when let's say KPK procure it from Punjab, for example, so from Punjab the traveling distance to KPK it's going to cost in terms of our oil, the petrol and oil, and then from there when it goes to either to wholesale or to let's say it goes to the wholesale, from wholesale or broker it goes to retail and then finally to consumer, and then tax is also going to be. So there are parallel or additional costs being added. So it could make the sugar more expensive in KPK than in Punjab, considering if it's being procured from Punjab. So all this cost is being added up. Okay, so this was the idea of gathering data on this level. So and next I'm going to discuss about the specific locations of the mills and how it's going to like how I came there and why I want to uh, I had in mind to just an idea, okay, how I'll pursue it further to map it. So this was it, and I might conclude here. And we have covered this was based on AI data just to give structure. Now this data over here was based on AI just to give it structure, and then I went here and worked on this data on PSMA sugar mills that I worked for year 2015. All this and the calculated actual numbers from PSMA and report. And this is recorded in three different. This is the third one I'm recording, though this is the same day. So I hope it does not affect the understanding. Thank you.